Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is Cosmic Survivor here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys something brand new to my channel, but not very brand new in YouTube's community. I am going to bring you guys story time! Yay! Today's story happens to be something that just happened to me last weekend, and the story is me being stalked by the police. Now, I know how that might sound. Whoa, this guy's shady, he's weird, he's being followed by police. What did he do? What did he have on him? I'm a pretty straightforward kid. I don't really do anything illegal or wrong, but I guess that day really just wasn't my day, or I found a cop that was itching for something to do that day. So it all started off with me going to this annual, carnival type thing that comes to my city every year. For those of us around, it's kind of tradition, even though the rides suck dick. It's kind of just tradition to go anyway, in like the spirit of it. I personally don't mind the rides. I mean, most of them are kid rides, yeah, but there's a select few. If any of you have been to a carnival, there's like a few rides that you're like, that was worth my effort to get up and go do. So I was there pretty much all day. I was there from like the time it opened till an hour before it closed, and by that time it was about 9 o'clock, and I had to walk home. I decided it was my mission to go to that carnival and then walk home before it got dark. Now, this carnival is hosted always at my high school, and that's about 6 or 7 miles away from my house. Now, for those of you that walk a lot or know how far of a walk that is, that's like a 2 hour walk if you're walking at a decent pace constantly. So I decided, I'm gonna walk home. I'll be home by like 11. I'll be fine. Everything should be smooth. I've done this multiple times before, and I've never had an issue, never had a problem with any cars trying to hit me, never had any suspicious cars pull up and ask if I needed a ride to wherever I needed to go. And God help anybody that gets in those cars, because you're probably not going to be riding on a seat. And if you do get to ride on a seat, it's probably not for too long before you're not riding on the seat anymore. If you guys know what I'm getting at there. Um, but I decided that the railroad tracks are the safest way to travel if you're ever walking. They cut through everything. No one goes on the tracks. Well, no one around my area, and I've just found that there's less problems on the railroad tracks, so I just take that way all the time. So this time when I was leaving my high school, I was just leaving like the parking lot. Wasn't even out of the property zone. And there's this cop walking along like the very edge of the property zone, right where I was walking, and there's this path that cuts through a small field that goes straight out to a hospital, parking lot, which is where I was headed, so I could get to the railroad tracks, which were on the other side of the hospital. And this police officer was like patrolling, like just just before you get to that path that cuts to the hospital, and he had stopped me and asked if there was, he was obviously just checking to see if I was on anything and if I could answer like a simple question. He asked me if there was like a courtyard at the school, and I answered him, and I answered correctly. I was like, yeah, it's like right over there. He's like, okay, thanks. I said, all right, have a nice day, and I walked straight onto this path before he could take any steps. And that must have been like very suspicious because I mean that path has had a lot of like problems with kids going down there and smoking after school, during the middle of school. That's why I think they cleared that field that originally had like 6 foot tall weeds growing. They they ended up clearing that field now. So I started walking on that trail to go to the hospital parking lot, and there's a slight like 2 foot hill going down to the trail that you have to go down first. And I go down that right after leaving the officer, and I'm going down it. I'm feeling good. I got one headphone in my ears, just playing some music, and behind me I can hear the officer's keys jingling away as he's like pretty much falling down this hill. Like he did not know how to walk down a hill. Like I'm not saying he was like a stereotypical fat officer and he just like fucking rolled down the hill. He was just like you could tell that he didn't know what he was doing when he started to walk down the hill and he was like almost falling. But I could hear his keys behind me jingling away. So I didn't want to like turn around and seem suspicious. I mean, even if he had stopped me, all I had on me at the time was just my wallet with like $3 in it and my phone. So I mean, I don't do anything, guys. I don't do drugs, I don't smoke, I don't drink. I mean, hell, I'm not even like away from my house past 11. Like I'm usually sitting on my ass playing video games all day any day. So behind me, this cop's just following me. He's like doing like, this procedural, stay like 30 paces back bullshit, follow people stuff. So I'm just listening as I hear his keys follow me, and I get through this field, and there's another slight incline up to the hospital parking lot, and I go up that, and I get all the way to the other side of the hospital's parking lot before I finally turn around to see where he is, because by that time I couldn't hear his keys anymore. And that sly motherfucker thought he was being so sneaky. He was standing at the top of the hill at the other side of the parking lot, just fucking watching me and staring at me. So at this point, I was like, okay, I need to get the fuck out of here. So this parking lot has like a little curve towards the entrance that goes out to the main like city type area, suburban area with sidewalks and shit. So I'm walking down the sidewalk. I get like 3 blocks away from the hospital before I finally turn around. When I turn around, I see this SUV. And of course, I've seen a lot of SUVs, a lot of police SUVs, not because I do anything wrong, but I just see them all the time. And, they got the traditional neon lights, the police lights on top, and I see that 3 blocks down, parked, with its high beams on, staring, like, my direction, just watching me, fully stopped, looking at me. Now, I'm like, oh shit. I need I need to get the hell out now. This dude's serious about following me. Now, you guys know like how cops like when they're watching you, they try to be sneaky about it even though they're really not. So, when this dude was in his car watching me like that, he noticed that I had stopped and turned around and was looking back at him. So, he tried to play it off cool and he backed up into someone's driveway and was just sitting there still with his lights on, not like his police lights, like just, you know, his fucking floodlights, cuz he's a douchebag blazing his high beams. Anyway, so I was basically at the railroad tracks when he did that. So I was like, all right, now is the time. I need to book it. This dude is 3 blocks away. I need to just get the fuck out of here. Like, by this time, I had already called my friend and said, dude, I got a cop following me. What should I do? Like, I knew if I ran, I was in trouble. He would follow me even more and probably tackle me and question me, arrest me. I don't want that shit. I want a squeaky clean record, okay? That is my goal in life. Have a squeaky clean record. So I'm on the phone with my friend. And I noticed that he pulled into this guy's driveway. I was like, all right, this is my chance. So I tell my friend, hold on. I hold my phone down to my side and I start booking ass down these railroad tracks. And I just don't fucking look back. I just kept going and going and going. I ran for a good 5 minutes before I stopped and looked back. And by that time, I'd realized that I just ran all that way for absolutely no reason, because cops don't really follow you down railroad tracks. So hopefully that doesn't ever happen again to me. I really just... That kind of just scared me, you know? Just knowing that someone was out there watching me was kind of creepy. If you guys have any stories like this, or this has ever happened to you before, let me know down in the comment section below. I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say. I just want to thank you guys for watching this video, and hopefully you guys have liked it, and hopefully you guys have subscribed to me, because there's going to be a lot more story times in the future. I promise you guys that. As always, this has been Cosmic Survivor. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.